Welcome to Stormwater Drainage Solutions. In today's video, we're going to be installing a corrugated 6-inch drainage system to replace the existing roof runoff system. Now, the reason that this drain failed was because the wrong size pipe was used for this downspout system and inadequate pipe and materials were used. Not only that, but this pipe was installed incorrectly. There was bellies all throughout the line and it just was not installed properly. Now, in Florida, whenever you are installing downspout drains, you have to take into account the size of the roof, the size of the downspouts, how many downspouts there are, and how much water this system is going to have to move on moderate to heavy rains. We're in Florida, we get a lot of rain all at once, and we get it fast. So if that pipe isn't sized correctly, that system is going to back up. When you have backups in a system, it holds sediment, holds debris easier. Things cannot travel through that line, including water. And what also ends up happening is the water starts gushing out of the connections between the downspouts and the adapters, and eventually it can build up through that downspout and it can start gushing over the gutter troughs. So that defeats the purpose of having a downspout system if it can't even handle the amount of water that we get. Now, we use a lot of 6-inch pipe here in Florida because we know the storms and the amount of water that we get very quickly. And we want our systems to be able to handle that. So we always take into account the size of the roof and how much water that roof is going to be giving off. Now, I'm going to be kind of just narrating through this video because I'm just too tired to edit any more here. So I'm going to narrate through here. So forgive me if I repeat things or if I skip around and jump around, but it is what it is. So as you can see here, we're tile taping our dual wall riser pipe to our 4-inch main. Now, the start of this run is going to be on a 4-inch pipe. Whenever you start a run, if it's a 3x4 gutter downspout, you can start with a 4-inch pipe. But as you work your way up and the drains increase in the line, you need to also increase that pipe size. So the start of the run is going to be a 3x4 gutter downspout. We're also going to be adding a 9x9 catch basin in the middle of the yard here in this low spot. And then once those two drains have been added to this system, those two 4-inch lines are going to converge and is going to connect into a 6-inch main. Now, as you can see here, what are we doing with this corrugated pipe? We're packing it in and we're leveling it out and we're making sure our pitch is correct. This is another flaw. When people install corrugated pipe, when you have landscapers, handymen, drainage guys that don't know what they're doing installing this pipe, they don't even use a level on it. It doesn't matter the type of pipe you use. If you're using any kind of pipe in a gravity-fed system to move drain water, you have to use a level on it. It doesn't matter if it's PVC, corrugated, dual wall, whatever. You need to level that pipe out and you need to get a pitch on it. If you don't do this, bellies can form even in PVC pipe by not doing this, especially if the trench isn't a flat bottom trench. Because once that dirt gets put back on top, even on PVC, over time as that ground settles and it compacts down, the PVC pipe will actually take the belly of the trench. Now, of course, corrugated pipe will take a belly of a trench instantly as soon as you pack that dirt back down. But PVC will do it as well. So that's why it's very important to pack corrugated pipe in and have a flat bottom trench when you're installing this pipe. So at the beginning of our run here, we want to ensure that this pipe is packed in properly and that it has the correct level so that it can flow nicely into the 6-inch main. You can see Miguel here is taking his time packing this pipe in so we can make sure that level is proper. Now, that catch basin is going to be on its own separate line. We're not going to put that in line with that gutter downspout. We want that on its own separate line. It can take its own water in and it can still act as a clean out in the middle there. Every single one of these downspouts is going to have a French drain man leaf filter clean out. So we'll be able to access each one of these laterals. Now right here, this is where it's going to connect into the 6-inch main. As you can see, we're using 4-inch to 6-inch adapters. Now these adapters are nice because you can spin them and you can get different elevations with them. That's why we like using them. As you can see here, I'm trying to adjust this and get it hooked into the downspout. And I'm also pulling the 6-inch pipe with Miguel and the other guys. Whenever you're working with 6-inch pipe, it's a lot easier if you have a couple men on hand to move that pipe around and work with it, because it is a larger pipe. It's harder to manage and handle, especially when you're working in and around a trench in a confined area. And most of our jobs on residential sites are in confined areas because they're between two houses, and there's not a whole lot of room between these houses when the developers build them. They're trying to put as many houses on the acreage that they can. So as you can see here, we have our two 4-inch mains intersecting, and then it goes into that 6-inch Y. And then it's a 6-inch main all the way out to the discharge end. Now, the pipe may look a little wavy here. Video never does anything justice. It's really not as wavy as you think. It's hard to tell, but we also haven't gone back through here and leveled this pipe out and packed it in properly. Our trench is a flat bottom trench, and we know it's going in the direction we want it to go, but the next step is to get any little bellies out of that pipe that there may be. So we'll go back through there. As you can see, they're doing that, if you can kind of see that right now, and they're going to pack in the dirt around that pipe and make sure it doesn't move and that there is no bellies in this pipe once it's backfilled. Now, the discharge end to this pipe is going to be on a basin box. Get that water forced up and out as quickly as possible. Now, they do make 6-inch pop-up emitters, but I personally don't like them because it has a bar in between and the pop-up is like a plunger. So this can hinder the flow of water, and it can also catch debris. So until they come out with a better pop-up emitter for a 6-inch main line, we're going to continue to use a 9x9 discharge box for this type of application. What we do with our 9x9 discharge boxes is we put hinges on them. That way that grate can open up. Now, I just gave you guys one of our trade secrets that we do. So because we put hinges on the grate and we leave the screws out, there's nothing to hinder an influx of water or debris that comes through the system. The hinge will allow that grate to lift up, and the influx of water or debris, anything, can easily come out of that discharge box. So that is the way that we do it, at least until somebody makes a good 6-inch pop-up emitter. So as you can see, we're testing the system with a hose, with a garden hose. We test the very beginning of the run. That way we can ensure good water flow all the way to the front. And the last step is basically getting the job site cleaned up and finished up here and get everything patched up. So if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. It really supports us. It supports what we do. It supports the channel. I'm up late at night making these videos for you guys because I work all day long. I get up at 6 a.m. I work from 6 usually to 7 or 8. And then once I get home, I'm going over estimates. I'm going over emails, calls, whatever it may be. So give us a thumbs up. It really supports us. It supports the channel. Usually I stay up to about 1, 2 in the morning editing these videos for you guys. If you need drainage in the Tampa Bay area, whether it's commercial or residential, give Stormwater Drainage Solutions a call at 813-614-3456 or visit us at our website at stormwaterdrainagesolutions.com. We got you covered.